And these men, his men, you know, that's his body. You know,
sacrifices must be made.
Must be made, and the sacrifices don't stop.
That's right.
It don't stop, and ultimately, it's your life. Like, you know, well, if the Lord is requiring us to, you know, just lay down our life, you know, so be it. You know.
That's right.
But as of right now, see, you're that living sacrifice. You know, because it'd be easy for Jake to say, well, I'm ready to die, you know? But then the main thing, like, you see what the Lord requiring now, are you going to live for him?
Right. So
living for him, you know? Not that you being dead and gone, but you living this. And then, hey, we going to see the Lord come through. Because once again, the Lord is going to show massive power because...
All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem, yahawashi. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, and Yahawashi is the Son of the living power, the Messiah, which these are the true names of the Most High, and His only begotten Son in the ancient Hebrew tongue, and Lashon Kodash, which means holy language. I also want to give double to the elder apostles, to the elder bishops, to the upcoming elders that rule well at GMS, that teach well, that taught me. I want to give peace and blessings unto the elect, and salute shalom to the fellow laborers pushing this truth. Praying, Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. You know, and my name is Zakaria. It's going to be, Lord willing, this is going to be a pre-camp lesson before I go out there and teach. Lord willing, this is edifying. The focus of this lesson is ultimately going into what this brother said. The brother on the left, you know, it's a shame on me. The brother on the right, I don't know his name, right? But he's, you know, from my experiencing of him, you know, from what he said, you know, me watching his fruits or the fruits of his mouth, I perceive that he, you know, a man of the Lord. And the guy on the left, the brother on the left, is his name is Kazakh. His YouTube name is Yahawashi, if I'm not mistaken, Yahawashi is coming back, right? That's his YouTube handle. Go subscribe. And basically, you know, the brothers was going into on how, you know, we can say, you know, basically, you know, not saying what he said verbatim, but, you know, we could think we could die for him, but hey, can we live for him? You know, and ultimately living for him is what? You know, living a life where you know, please the Lord, where you love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That's really you living for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. You know, and when I heard this, it made me think about this specific scripture in the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. And, you know, basically going to the focus of this lesson, the root down by the couple of points that I'm bad at taking this lesson is ultimately concerned on how a living for Yahawashi / loving Yahawashi is as intense as death. You know, is as intense and cruel as death. You know, and ultimately, yeah, we could say we could die for Yahawashi, but are we going to live for him? Which is ultimately a life where we partake in his suffering, a life where we go through the furnace, a life where we are pressured, when we are put in a straight path. You know, a life where we drink of the cup of suffering like Yahawashi drunk of. You know, go through the baptism that Yahawashi went through. Some of you brothers will go through baptism, you know, but, you know, baptism symbolizing, you know, being immersed in that danger, man, in that jeopardy, in that suffering, man, you know. And are you willing to go through that? Go through a life like that, you know? So I'm gonna, you know, just jump straight into it. This book of Song of Solomon, chapter 8. Was good, cuz. Shit, man, making a video. Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. It says, set me as a seal upon thine heart. And this is really concerning Israel towards yahawashi. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For love is strong as death. So loving a life of loving yahawashi, that's the point, is as strong as death. You know? Strong, when you go into that word strong, meaning fierce, harsh, roughly, man. So, yeah, anybody, can choose death, but is you gonna live for yahawashi? Which is, a lot of time, on the majority of the time, the majority of the saints, the believers, they're gonna have to go through that slow burn. A slow burn of ups and downs, of many downs, whether personal or arise because of the truth, because of the faith, because of the ministry. Loss of, relationships. Oh, man. Go, come on. Loss of relationships, sacrifices, loss of opportunities, persecution, misfortune, annoyances, suffering, and fear of a lot of things, or a lot of things are in jeopardy, shall I say. Mental battles, spiritual battles, spiritual shaking. It says for love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Which jealousy is not in a sense of a bad word. It's not in a sense of of a bad thing, if you will. Jealousy meaning what? Your zeal for the Lord. Your zeal for the Lord. Salaki, I'm trying to get this word real quick. Zeal, adore, meaning your passion for this thing, your passion for the faith, your passion for yahawashi. And I'm sure the majority of us are willing to die. The thought of, or the presence of, the thought or the idea of dying for the Lord is welcome, to a lot of us, your adore of zeal, religious zeal, your passion, But let's read this again. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. So a life of being zealous, a life of seeking the Lord, a life of really being down for this. Are you able to endure it? Are you able to live for the Lord? Are you able to live that life for the Lord? Because that's what it takes. Love and jealousy. Cruel, which we already know what that. Cruel, hard, severe, difficult. So it's difficult in this thing. It says, jealousy is cruel as the grave. So we are able to, endure these things. It says, the coils thereof are coils of fire. Which have a most vehement flame, and that's what we feel towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That's our mentality towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Which fire is not no calm thing. It says, verse 7, it says, many waters, meaning what? sufferings, which is going to come in a life of seeking the Lord. All the apostles, all the believers went through something seeking the Lord. The prophets of old, they went through something doing the will of the Lord. It says, many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. Yeah, many waters or the floods representing or symbolizing the different sufferings, the different tribulations, you know, the different misfortunes, you know. It says, if a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it will be utterly contemned. You know? So, you know, this is not something we can give away. You know? This is not something that we could give away, man. You know, and ultimately, let's look this word up real quick. This book of 1 Peter chapter 4. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 12. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. You know, the different sufferings that you go through in your life. Maintaining the faith. Why you maintaining the faith? Why you in the faith? Because the thing is, the suffering or the trials don't always come while you doing the work. Doing the work is, you know, small, you know, well, you know, when you go out there and teach, you know, 1 hour, 2 hours, some 3 hours, there's 24 hours in the day, you know. All you do the work, you gotta go home, you know, do your thing, go to work, whatever. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, we ought not to, we ought to consider, because even the sufferings, our personal sufferings, it arises because of the truth. Right, and it's spiritual, you know, the spiritual demon saying, you know, they know you in the truth, you know, in the battle, you know, just, even the point is the things we go through is common to man, the temptations, but it's still specifically designed for you because you are in the truth, you know, shall I say. But let's go into that word trial, fiery trial, meaning calamities or trials that test the character, you know. So think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is the trial, which is the trial. Strange meaning what? Uncommon. Let's go into that word strange. So it's not uncommon. It's the life of seeking the Lord, the life of being a follower of yahawashi. You know, and what, you know, right? If you seek Him, be a disciple. If you seek the Lord, pick up your cross, you know, and deny yourself. So it's not strange, and picking up the cross is part of it. You know, symbolize your suffering and your service. You know, right? But thinking not strange, meaning what? Don't be surprised and astonished by a life of suffering in this thing. So are you willing to live a life? Are you willing to live and suffer for your yahawashi? Because death is for a moment, you know. Death is for a moment, you know. It says, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you. You know, as though some strange thing happened unto you. It says, but rejoice in as much as ye are ye partakers of Yahawashi's suffering. You know, so we're partakers. We share in the suffering of Yahawashi. You know, it says that when His glory shall be revealed, ye shall be glad also with exceeding joy. You know? So we partake, we share in the sufferings of yahawashi. You know? It says that when his glory, it says, but rejoice in as much as y'all are partakers of Yahawashi's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy, man. You know? You know, so I'm going to close off in that. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, to the elder bishops, to the upcoming elders that rule well at GMS. I want to give peace and blessings unto the elect. And salute shalom to the fellow laborers pushing this truth. And call Allah, 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 Yahawah, Shalom.